In the land of Canaan, there was a city called Jericho, known for its towering walls and mighty gates. It was a city that seemed invincible, proud in its strength. But God had a plan, and he was about to bring that plan into action. Across the Jordan River, the Israelites, led by Joshua, were preparing to take the land that God had promised them. They were to enter Jericho first, but it wouldn't be an easy task. The city was well fortified, and its people were fierce in defense of their home. Joshua knew the battle ahead would be difficult, but he also knew that with God's help, nothing was impossible. Before the Israelites marched toward Jericho, Joshua sent 2 spies into the city to gather information. They crept through the streets, careful to avoid being seen, until they reached the house of Rahab, a woman who lived on the edge of the city. Rahab was not like most women in Jericho. She was a prostitute, but she had heard whispers of the mighty works of the God of Israel, how he parted the Red Sea, how he had guided his people through the desert, and how he had promised them the land of Canaan. When Rahab saw the 2 men, she immediately knew who they were. She had heard about the Israelite people, and she also knew that the king of Jericho was looking for spies in the city. Without hesitation, Rahab hid the men on her rooftop, covering them with bundles of flax. The soldiers came to her house, demanding to know where the spies were. Rahab, quick on her feet, told them,
"They went that way,"
pointing toward the gate of the city. The soldiers rushed off, and Rahab knew that she had just saved the lives of the men from Israel. But Rahab wasn't just helping out of kindness. She had a deep belief in the God of Israel, and she made a bold decision. She went up to the spies and said,
"I know that the Lord has given this land to you. I know that your God is the true God. Please promise me that when you come to destroy this city, you will spare my family."
The 2 men, impressed by her courage and faith, agreed to her request. They told her, "If you hang a scarlet cord from your window, we will know where you are, and your house will be spared. But remember, you must keep this a secret and not tell anyone about us." Rahab agreed. She tied the red cord to her window as a symbol of her faith, a sign that she trusted in the God of Israel to save her and her family. The spies climbed down from the wall and escaped into the hills, where they hid for 3 days until the search for them was over. As the Israelites approached Jericho, Rahab's actions would come to play a vital role. The city's mighty walls were no match for the power of God. The Israelites marched around the city, and on the 7th day, when they gave a great shout, the walls of Jericho crumbled to the ground. But when the Israelites entered the city, they remembered Rahab and her family. They spared her, just as they had promised. Rahab's faith saved her, and she became a part of Israel's history. She and her family were brought into the Israelite camp, and later, Rahab's life took an even more extraordinary turn. She married a man named Salmon, and they had a son named Boaz. Boaz went on to marry Ruth, and their son Obed became the grandfather of King David. And from that line, many generations later, came Jesus Christ, the Savior of the world. Rahab, the woman from Jericho, became an ancestor of the Messiah, proving that no one is beyond redemption. Her story is one of bravery, faith, and the power of God's grace to transform anyone, no matter their past. The story of Rahab teaches us that with courage and faith, even in the face of fear and uncertainty, God can use us in incredible ways.